Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dalen from Film is Art, and we back at it again with another defensive prospect film breakdown. Today, we are doing CB2, Joey Porter Jr. Now, let's get straight into it. Here we got Joey Porter Jr. scouting report written by yours truly. A strength of his including he's a tall, lanky character. Again, go look up his combine measurements, but 6'2.5", 34-inch arms, just a hinge under 200 pounds. Again, perfect size for an NFL corner. He's got great zone awareness, willing tackler, not the best form tackler, but again, if you want a good tackling defensive back, go get you a safety. His route recognition is amazing, and that also copes with him trusting what he sees with his eyes, and he's not fooled by, eye candy, and he doesn't bite. Again, he's a true pros pro, and him being technically sound. Again, him being a true pros pro comes from his father being Joey Porter Sr., another amazing player. Please go watch Joey Porter Sr. You have to go watch him. Absolute menace for that Steelers defense. Some of his weaknesses for Joey Porter Jr. include he can be a little high in his back pedal. That's oftentimes the weakness for the lanky guys, especially with him being a lot leggier. He could be a little high in his back pedal, which causes his change of direction to be a little wonky at times. Nitpicky, but you would like to see some of his pass breakups turn into interceptions. Just nitpicking. He can be a little bit grabby when he's not in a great position. He can be a little bit grabby. He's did it against Marvin Harrison Jr., and it pops up on the film session. You guys will see it when I give it to you. His form, again, not the best form tackler. You want a good form tackling DB, get a safety. Long speed might be a question mark, even though he has answered that question mark. Him running a 4.46 40, that's very great, actually. That pretty much answers that question mark. When he's in press coverage, he doesn't tend to punch. He likes to mirror the receiver. With him having those 34-inch arms, you really want to see him punch and throw the receivers off the line of scrimmage. And he can, because he's leggy and he kind of struggles to change directions, he can be beaten by the quick-footed, twitchy guys off the line of scrimmage. Without further ado, let's get straight into the film session. Joey Porter Jr. is at the top of the screen. This clip right here perfectly displays his intelligence and him, being a very trustworthy person in that zone coverage, him having good zone awareness. So here, this is a cover 2 coverage. So literally, his first responsibility is to make sure he reroutes that outside receiver. As he's rerouting that outside receiver, you see him turn his head in. He's keeping his eyes on Aiden O'Connell. And as soon as O'Connell throws that ball, he peels off. That man immediately jumps to cut it off. But, DB rule number 1, you gotta catch the pick. You got to catch the interception. As you see here, Joey Porter Jr. is at the top of the screen. Here, he's just gonna be disruptive. Again, him using his long, lanky arms, literally draped all over the receiver. Many people call this a flag. This is actually great technique, great football, great everything, being disruptive at the catch point and literally making it impossible to catch that ball. Joey Porter Jr. versus Charlie Jones here again. Actually, Joey Porter Jr. does a very good job of actually staying square and punching that inside hand into Charlie Jones's chest. You would love to see him punch a little bit stronger, but again, this is great. It's absolutely great, and immediately basically knocks him off his arrow. Now, Charlie Jones is talented enough to still make this contested catch, but you made the catch a lot more difficult. You made the release a lot more difficult. And this is something that, you want to see him do a lot more. Joey Porter Jr. at the top of the screen going up against Charlie Jones again. Again, this is a very fun matchup for y'all to watch. But look, Joey Porter Jr. just defending the deep ball, able to turn his head and knock the ball away. Again, you can see it better from this angle. But as you can see, Joey Porter Jr. is right here. He's literally right there perfectly. You're not going to get a jump ball on him. Again, being 6'2.5", 34-inch arms, a hinge under 200 pounds, that's perfect position, and just, basically gets in the way, makes the catch almost impossible to make on him. This is very prevalent for Joey Porter Jr. It's all over his film. It's all over his tape. But a lot of NFL schemes tend to run a lot of lighter zone coverages. They tend to lean less around man, a lot of too high shells. Anything with zone in it is most of the time that's what they like to run. So Joey Porter Jr. here is going to be, obviously the underneath defender in this too high zone, or in this too high cloud. And the cloud means he's literally going to basically drop back until he sees a person in his area. He sees nobody in his area. Essentially, you keep gaining depth and keep gaining grass. And also you have the responsibility of also, knocking off that receiver off their tracks so you can help out the safety. He does it here absolutely perfectly. and literally, takes him out of bounds. And that's very, very good for him. It shows that he's ready for a pro scheme. As you can see, Joey Porter Jr. at the top of the screen, an issue that he has oftentimes is that he can be beat by the quicker, twitchier dudes, and that he doesn't punch at the line of scrimmage. Him having 34-inch arms, you would love to see him punch and actually redirect the receiver, or at least slow him down at the line of scrimmage. He doesn't do that very often. Now, I don't know if that's because of a product of the scheme or just his play style, but I would like to see him punch a little bit more. That way he can counteract against these twitchier dudes. Now he's at the top of the screen going up against Charlie Jones. He's a really underrated receiver in this class. I encourage you guys to go check him out. But Charlie Jones at the top of the screen, he pretty much faces him. He's going to run a slant, and he knows he's going to run a slant, and literally pretty much catches Joey Porter Jr. flat-footed to the point where literally he's pretty much beat. Right here in the NFL, that's wide open. In the NFL, that's clearly wide open. And, the pass gets completed, and that's a free 10 yards, a free first. And this is basically a part two to what I previously said. Joey Porter Jr. is at the line of scrimmage. Again, him with the 34-inch arms, you want to see him punch. You want to see him actually try to redirect and try to mess up the timing. But however, he just keeps letting these guys get free releases, and it's not good for him because, again, him being leggy, he's gonna have a hard time opening his hips and changing direction. And these are basically free first downs in the league. That'll kill him. I know these are lofty expectations, but the player Joey Porter Jr. reminds me the most of is Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman was a 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 1-time Super Bowl champ, and he's on the Hall of Fame All-2010s team. Sherman was a long-time steady piece for those elite Legion of Boom defenses, and I think Joey Porter Jr. has the same high-end tools and potential to become a steady piece for an NFL defense. Porter Jr. already has some NFL DNA, so it shouldn't be too hard for him to become acclimated into the NFL. And that's a wrap, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to the Joey Porter Jr. breakdown. Make sure y'all like, comment, share the video, subscribe to Film is Art. We're running it up, and we're pumping out some quality draft content. Until next time, y'all be easy. Peace.